Here I am on the stage/towels. Great to be here, and we're actually in the coast of Newport, Oregon. This is a beautiful place. If you haven't been to Oregon, I like it here, man. It's a little odd though, because they have full service fueling and assisted suicide in the state of Oregon. So basically, they will fill up your gas tank and turn off your oxygen tank. How is this possible, dude? You legalize weed, you legalize gay marriage, you legalize assisted suicide. People can't pump their own fucking gas. Is you serious?
I don't know what the problem is.
I'm serious. Oregon and New Jersey, 2 states in the United States, you cannot pump your own gas.
Right.
Instead, they say for your safety, you have to have someone filling your gas tank. For your safety. I don't know if you guys have been to Oregon, you should check out the people filling the gas tank. For your safety, it's some chain-smoking ex-con and a 3-day meth binge with my credit card. That's fucking safe. Yeah, here's my debit card, my address. There you go, Skippy. Here's my house keys. You know. Dude, seriously, this is scary, right? It's a nice state, though, man. I love it. Beside that, Oregon's a great place. And when you come to Oregon, you don't even need GPS because they have this coffee chain called Dutch Brothers. So I do DBS. I just follow the Dutch Brothers because they're like every 17 feet. Basically, what Dutch Brothers is, they take there's like 500 hippie kids, and they just give them coffee and weed, and they shove them in a little 4x8 kiosk, and they fucking make coffee out of like syrup and wood shavings. They're like wizards, dude. They are. You go to Dutch Brothers? I'm like, what the hell are you doing? Magic mushroom macchiato. Thank you. I would have guessed, you know. Fuck Starbucks. No one wants to go to Starbucks in Oregon. It's Dutch Brothers. This is not a paid advertising either. So it's fun. Eh?
It's very true.
Right, it is, right? One time they don't give a shit. Something just, oh, you're from Nevada? Like, oh yeah, I just drove up. I just came all the way for your mocha. I just go, oh, it's free. So much you just gave me a free mocha. Like, so now I just give him a line every time and get free shit. You know? So I feel sorry for this guy. He's stupid. He drove all the way to Oregon for a mocha. So. They don't know I'm up here doing the Sour Kool-Aid Show eating kale chips. It's nobody's business. It's a very nice state, beautiful if you've been here. It's a very confusing state, right? Because if you have the Oregon map, they have the city of Bend in the middle of the state. They have the city of North Bend on the southwest corner. They got Island City up in their high desert. Whoever wrote your map spent way too much time in zigzag. Dude, you got enough pot smokers now. You can be creative and come up with your own city names, right? Because Oregon is duplicate names of all these cities that already exist, right?
Right.
Oregon's got they've got a Milwaukee, a Glendale, a Phoenix, a Dallas, a Detroit, Salem. They've got Oakland, Oregon. Yeah, Oakland, California, are in the hood. Oakland, Oregon, they're wearing the hood. Yeah. So that's a scary little place. I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, what else? I got my little Oregon rant here. So. Yeah, now you get the militia occupying the gift shop down there in Southern Oregon. That's their big thing. We want all the land back. Well, fuck you. The Indians want all the land back. Right? My grandfather's been in this land for 300 years. Well, my great-grandfather's great-grandfather's great-great-great-grandfather's father was here way before you were. Right? So I am Native American. Some people always want to know, well, do you prefer Native American, American Indian? A previous landowner. Right? It's a politically correct term, I believe. Yeah. So, anyway, yeah. So Oregon is fun. I just got back from New York City, dude. You been down in New York?
I've never been in New York.
You gotta go to New York City. It's crazy, just crowded and nutty. I'm really not a big city guy. I spent like half the trip like lost in the subway, the other half looking for a toilet. There's an app to find bathrooms in New York City. That's how hard it is. 18,000 restaurants, 3 fucking toilets in New York City. 3, right? 3, right? Right. That's why they call New York the city that never sleeps. They're spending 23 hours a day trying to find a urinal. Yeah. And very patriotic, New York City. Man, everywhere you go in New York City, red, white, and blue, just covering that city. I've never seen so many fucking Puerto Rican flags in my life. It's awesome, man. I got lost in New York. I actually asked a guy for directions. Turned out he was a Puerto Rican with a stutter. And he's like, "You gotta go 2 blocks and make a." He kept going so long. A conga guy showed up. Somebody started dancing background and shit. It's fun, man. My daughter was living in Harlem for a while. I went to a Puerto Rican laundromat. Dude, you got to check that out. It's like being on the set of a Marc Yaffee video. People are half naked dancing around. This one, and people show up in a Puerto Rican laundromat, homemade detergent. I saw this guy like a Pepsi bottle with orange liquid. He's shaking it up. Some ladies doing Santeria, like spilling goat blood / fabric softener on her linens, and like, what the hell? Fun, man. Expensive. New York is expensive, dude. There's like 5 people to a storage unit now in New York. It's bad. Yeah. New York is so expensive that people are like getting hooked on heroin just so they get to rehab to have somewhere to sleep. That's serious. And it's like, oh, we can't support that, Mark. We have many heroin addicts in our fans. I moved back to L.A. That's expensive. A fixer-upper in L.A. is like a '93 Volkswagen Vanagon.
It's very expensive there, man.
It is, man. A house is no longer a home. It's an intergenerational multifamily housing pod, right? In LA, they're called in-laws because they're living in your fucking house. It's crazy, dude. I live in this area bedroom community. I call it bedroom community because old people can only afford to live in the bedroom. You know? So my friends, they have me living there. It's just my buddy and his girlfriend. They got a 5-bedroom house. Me and his wife, his girlfriend, and him, and then they have 2 clients. They take care of special needs adults. And the one lady, she's 75 years old. She's autistic. She's a nice lady, but she just kind of gets goofy. And then the other lady's blind, bipolar, and they fight all the time. It's fucking crazy because the blind lady's just going off. So I just try to sneak past her in the house so she won't notice. I'm like creeping around. Mark, is that you? No. And the blind lady's thing is her hobby is washing the dishes. You fucking shitting me? I'm OCD germaphobe, dude. I'm like, she says, "Are you washing your dishes?" "No, I'm throwing them out." "You just washed them." God. Ridiculous. But they have, and a couple of the other special needs, they actually do, so they do live-in people, and then they have a couple of clients that they like watch on weekends. So it's just, one of the ladies, her thing is she's OCD on doors. So she'll walk in and making beds. So one time I'm sitting in my bed just on the computer. She walks in, she opens the door, looks at me and slams the door shut. I'm like, whoa. I came back later that day, she'd made my bed. I'm like, shit, this is creepy, right? Doesn't say a word, doesn't really have any verbal skills, but she makes a mean bed. I'll tell you, man. It's awesome. We can just get like a whole maid service going with her, right? Dude, yeah, LA's crazy. A lot of gang members. There's 45,000 identified gang members in LA.
Whoa.
45,000. I thought 24 Hour Fitness had a lot of members. And what the thing, you've been to LA, right?
Yes.
It's like covered in graffiti. I mean, it's a nice city everywhere, dude. I go hiking a lot. I'm like really, I like to be outside. I took this like 4.5 mile hike to the top of Griffith Park, way up there by the observatory. The bench at the top of this 4.5 mile trailer covered in graffiti. I'm like, is this some sort of gang initiation? Hey, check this out, Spider Man. You're gonna jump in the gang. We're gonna want you to go tag that bench in Griffith Park. You mean the one by the picnic table there by the zoo in the parking lot? No, fucker. You're going up the Billy Goat Trail, 5.5 miles. Shit, dude, I got asthma. Will you bring a spray can and an inhaler? Oh man. Serious. It's stupid, right? And now the thing is, gang members they'll tag any wall, any table. They carve the placa, the gang placa, into the toilet seats. Have you seen that before?
No.
In the toilet seat. I'm like, oh man, germaphobos. Was one time I had to use the men's restroom was out of order, Jack in the Box, went to the women's restroom, and there's placa all over on the women's toilet seat, even the ladies' bathroom. I'm like, I'm sorry, placa, I just did cock on your placa. So. Oh God, this is crazy, dude. I start thinking though, what happens if now that civilians are getting drones? Because you can buy a little drone. Now, you got a drone yet?
No, not yet. Do you have a drone?
No, not yet. I want one. I want one for Christmas. Yeah. Take it to the 49. Hover around there. Take pictures. People snagging. Learn Indian culture. So I'm thinking though, if drones fall into civilian hands, the gang members are going to get a hold of drones eventually. Instead of drive-bys, we're going to have flybys. That'll be a whole new thing. Our gang members will be, we claimed all this airspace right here, fucker. That's my cousin Skyrider up there. Hey, Southwest checkup. This isn't FAA. This is SAA. You need to change the vector, homeboy, Charlie, homeboy. You're flying around there now. Yeah, my cousin's in 17F. He gets all the Budweiser he wants. Oh, man. I grew up in LA, but I grew up in an area in LA known as Pacoima. It's actually Spanish for I just park on the lawn. Yeah. Dude. But I was adopted out because I talk about being part native, but I was raised in a big Mexican family. I have like 37 cousins, not one gang member. It's awesome, right? Because I'm very impressionable. I would have probably been like the worst gang member ever. Hey, what's up, basket case? What? I don't know. Fucker, you're beating your pants shit? Come on, you're 12. Fucker. Go do the drive-by and don't use a super soaker this time. I told you to blast those fools. Yeah, so, yep, grew up in LA, went back to LA. LA now stands for lacking Anglos. White people see each other in LA like, what are you still doing here? You speak English? Hey, your wife's pregnant. You hope it's twins. We got to hang on to Redondo Beach. Seriously, when I grew up in like the 1900s in LA, the OC in Orange County stood for only Caucasian. And now that shit stands for Orale Cholo. Serious, dude. I got to actually. I went down to Mexico for a gig. I did a gig in Mazatlan, Mexico. You guys got to go. And have you been?
No.
To Mexico on vacation? You got to go, dude. All inclusive resort. That's the way to go. All inclusive. But what you do is you pay one fee. Everything's included. The food, the drink, the herpes, all included. No, just
Perfect.
But Mexico's a trip, man. Because I was a little apprehensive because you had to fly into the Mazatlan International Airport. I'm like, I don't fly any airport where the initials are MIA. That's like, right? That's like being admitted to the DOA Medical Center. Or attending the LOL School of Law. A lot of strays in Mexico, stray dogs everywhere. We were coming out of the airport, we almost ran over 2 stray dogs. And the lady I was working with, Kat, the other comedian's an animal rights activist. She was freaking out. She goes, oh my God, that dog's going to get run over. And the driver, Cheryl, she lives in Mexico, she said, don't worry about it. He's a street dog. He knows what he's doing. Right? But sure as shit, that dog knew what he was doing. We got closer. The dog had a stack of sombreros, a pile of blankets. He had some chiclets. He's going up to cars doing deals. He knew what he was doing. He wasn't even a street dog. He was a street vendor dog. Right? You got to go sometime. Mexico, I love Mexico. They're the most resourceful capitalists on the planet. They'll try to sell you anything. I had a guy walk up to me. He tried to sell me hair extensions, piñatas, and a rebuilt transmission on the beach.
Did you buy anything?
Yeah. Rebuilt transmission. Fuck yeah. That deal's a deal, dude. Right? It's hard to get in the overhead, though, right? Me and 3 flight attendants. Oh, man. But you go down there. It's just like relaxed chaos. It's just really chill, right? Because anything goes in Mexico. You see like a truck driving by with kids playing on the hood. We saw a family barbecuing a goat on the center median of the highway. People blowing up fireworks inside their hotel room. It's like, oh, shit. It's very relaxing till the musicians come out. So every day like a band shows up outside your hotel room. It's called banda music. This is Sinaloa. Mazatlan is western Mexico. It's called Sinaloa State. So that's the birthplace of banda. Basically, banda is some mariachis got like hijacked by some Oompa Loompas. And so that's a whole 3 hours. It's like 5 Mexican musicians that went to a flea market and got like 4 broken instruments, and one guy just stands there doing nothing. He didn't have an instrument. He's like 2 hours. But it's weird though, because the world's getting so like interconnected now, like the global community. You got people now, and you go to Mexico now, you'll see like American movies too. We were down there in the Mazatlan Theater. We were there in February. They were showing SpongeBob,
SpongeBob.
Yeah, and 50 Shades of Grey. Yeah, it was the Mexican version. It was 50 Shades of Primer. So. Yeah. too Americanized, dude. Seriously, they got a Carl's Jr. down there, Carl's Juniors. They got the Office Max, the Office Maximos, and right in downtown Mazatlan, big ass Home Depot, right? And right across the street from the Home Depot, I saw 20 white guys looking for work. How is this possible? So, like I said, I'm actually part white. I'm part white and part Native. I feel guilty and oppressed. I'm white. I'm part white, but I'm not white enough to be white trash. But I'm actually honorary white trash.
Honorary.
I have, because I lived in a campground, a trailer park, and Reno, Nevada.
That's
True story. I lived in a 19-foot travel trailer for a year and a half. 19-foot travel trailers. I called it celibacy in a box. Dude, that's 19-foot travel trailer. That's vagina repellent. That's what that is, right? No woman's going near a 19-foot travel trailer unless she's a meth addict or parole officer. Because no woman wants to get romantic on a kitchen table / bed. Dude, you can't have sex in a 19-foot travel trailer. Be going back and forth like a teeter-totter. Like, you wouldn't have morning sickness. You'd have motion sickness. Yeah. Yeah, so I lived in Reno for 3 years. I moved to Reno, Nevada voluntarily, which proves one thing: you're never too old to keep making bad decisions. You been to Reno?
I've been to Reno. I passed through Reno.
Reno's like Vegas got punked.
Yeah,
We don't get the Vegas shows. We get like the knockoff Vegas shows. They have Blue Man Group. We got White Powder Women. They've got Carrot Top. We got Muffin Top. I lived in a very Latino part of Reno. My apartment building was so Hispanic that the kids in the apartment pool didn't even play Marco Polo. They played Marco Cholo. Our cell phone service wasn't even 3G. It was OG. Hey, fucker, can you hear me now? Dude, you know, if you go to Reno, it's the tattoo capital of America, dude. Some people have so many tattoos there. They don't even need like a cell phone with pictures or a photo album. They just like take off their shirt. They just start to roll up. That's my 3 kids. There's my dog. There's my house. That's a picture of my grandma. There's a copy of my GED right here. That's my college application. Yeah, I was in San Diego at the beach in San Diego, man. I saw like full breast tattoos. That's a new thing some women are doing.
Full breast tattoo?
Full breast, whole chest covered in tats.
Wow.
Like hot, nice looking women. Like, dude, why? No man had any problem in this region. That's like graffitiing the Grand Canyon. It's like putting an Elvis mural on a Ferrari hood. Right? Fuck. You know, there's no dude. I guess there's one guy. What guy goes home one night and says, "Hey, babe, you don't look right on your tits, a pair of wings, a school of dolphin, and a Maya Angelou poem." Yikes, right? But then you know what the new trend is? Getting poems, like phrases tattooed. You've seen it, right?
What is it now?
They get like whole poems and phrases tattooed, like
Yeah.
chicks all right in their back or down their side. I saw this one girl at the beach in San Diego. It was like from the bottom of her neck to the crack of her ass. It was like the Gettysburg Address, like 4 whores and 7 beers ago. And that looks all hot now, all that writing, right? In about 50 years, that's going to look like the Dead Sea Scrolls. Your grandkids will be over your house reading. You're like, drop it like it's hot. Oh, shit, it dropped all right. Hey, before I go any farther, Dan, I want to do a quick public service announcement for all the viewers. Old white guys with the big odd ponytails down to the crack of your ass, the 1960s are over. And young white dudes with the big ass, bushy Duck Dynasty beards, the 1860s are also over. Because it turns out you got to be careful now if you grow a beard. I thought it was a good look. I mean, I would grow it if I could. But the big beard, he said some men's beard, they had a study that said the male beard can contain as much fecal matter as a toilet seat.
What?
Yes. True story, dude.
What?
Which means before you go to the bar with that big ass beer, when you show up at the bar, before you even order a drink, you're already shit faced.
is disgusting.
It is disgusting, but funny. That's true.
Disgusting,
It's true.
Mark.
Look that shit up, Dan. It's true. Yeah.
I'll find it. I'll see if I can find it.
All right, man. We got pizza.
Pizza is here. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm getting hooked up. Yeah. No kale chips yet, but that's all right.
Not
We
yet.
can dream. Yeah, I was talking. My buddies. I was just working in Seattle. I was telling Dad I was just working up in Seattle, and my buddies, my 20-something buddies, took me to a hip hop dance club. If you're over 40, no one wants to see your ass in a hip hop dance club, dude.
No.
They were staring at me like I was the undercover cop or pull up to a preschool with a van full of puppies. Like, get that guy out of here.
Right.
It's too much pressure, too, man. A hip-hop club, too much. People ordering drinks like Slow Screw, Buttery Nipples, Screaming Orgasm. Like, shit, this is too much pressure. I got a shot of Blue Balls and got the hell out of there. I can't do it. I haven't even drank yet. I might have one beer. I'm too old to party, man. I am. Shit. I used to party like it's 1999. Now I'm peeing like I'm turning 99. Can't even hold in a fart anymore. Back in when I was in my dude, when I was in my 20s, I was fucking like Fort Knox holding a fart. Now I'm ripping them like Looney Tunes. I just stay in shape. Yeah, I tried to stay in shape, dude. I worked out today. Well, I missed my workout today. I did my crunches. I did a Nestle's Crunch and Captain Crunch, so that was good. Yeah, I try to go to the gym, and I start watching the TV at the gym. Ready to wrap up?
No.
Oh, okay. That's
Just saying you're at your 30.
Okay. I went to the gym, and I tried to do the elliptical trainer thing, and I was watching the closed captioning. You ever look at the closed captioning on TV? Turn it on. It's a fucking entertainment, dude. They got some 3-finger GED dropout, third world, English as a fourth language, hire off of Craigslist. I'm reading this. I was trying to watch the news, the CMM, and they were retorting that President Brick Alabama would be mating with Russian ladder Badmir pudding over the Sitcher Asian and whooping cream.
I've never watched that.
Yeah, check out. I love watching closed captioning. It's butchered every time.
Listen to the information these people are getting. They're just like, the world is fucked.
Oh God, yeah, this guy's nothing but bad news. I do the. I don't know if you guys, if your viewers are familiar with the ancient Chinese martial art of Tai Chi. I did that for 5 years. Yeah, which is a great martial art if you want to freak out an old hippie on acid or push a drunk guy down a flight of stairs. Tai Chi, they'll get you pepper sprayed by the police. That's how that'll do. So should we just shoot him, put him out of his misery? Look at this idiot. Yeah. I like it though. I used to do a lot of it. I was very uncoordinated. That's good because you learn coordination doing that Tai Chi. I was very uncoordinated as a kid. I was a very late bloomer as a child. I didn't. I didn't walk till I was almost 3 because I couldn't. Because my big. Look at my big head. I couldn't hold my head up. Serious. Yeah. Didn't walk till I was almost 3. Didn't ride a bike till I was 7. Didn't wet the bed till I was almost 12. Late bloomer. Shit. Seriously, dude. I had a big head, dude. I had a birth at 11 pounds 5 ounces. Worst part was I had an 11-pound head on a 5-ounce body. I was a globe on a Q-tip. All my baby pictures, I'm like. But my mom had an easy delivery because I'm adopted. There you go. Get out of here. Yeah, adopted, man. You get adopted parents. They get a little possessive. Like kind of paranoid. My mom. I was very sheltered as a kid. This is a true story. I went to my first YMCA camp. My mom, for my protection, she took all my underwear. She ironed name labels in my fucking underwear. First, middle, and last name. Right, Mark, Steven. Yeah, Mark with the. In case there was another Marc Yaffee with the C, and we couldn't have a tiebreaker with the skid marks. We'll go by the middle name. It's crazy. Crazy, man. Family's fun, man. I love my parents. Are great. They're cool. My dad, like a lot of father-son, we had that moment in our life. Like every father and son, where there comes that point where the son wants to flex and prove to his dad that he can. We're gonna go at it, man. You can't tell me what to do anymore. Shit, I'm gonna throw down. That happened 2 months ago at my dad's 88th birthday party. I took a whoop ass with a walker. That's what I did. He's a badass for 88. Yeah, he can still deliver the blows at 88, Dad. And he's still driving too. He just got a 5-year driver's license renewal at 88. Way to go, California DMV. I can't believe he didn't crash sooner because he can't see shit like every other 88-year-old man. Dude, he's got eyebrows like a woolly mammoth. Have you seen the old guys with the lobster brows going on? Yeah. Oh my God, it looks like he gave birth to a pair of Brillo pads. Yeah. That's cool. He's a little like mechanically challenged. I grew up in a broken home because I had 2 parents, but nothing worked. Seriously, dude, growing up, our toolbox was a Donald Duck lunch pail. Damn, I'm serious. My first bike, unicycle with handlebars. I wish I was making this shit up. Yeah. He's awesome, though. I feel bad. You know what I just read? There's a study that came out. There's $120 billion in unpaid child support in the United States. That's sad.
120
billion.
Billion?
With the B. Billion.
120
How is this
billion?
possible? How is this possible? Deadbeat dad will leave court in order to pay for the other kids. How can you go out and make more kids? There should be some sort of court order cocklock, right?
Right.
Yeah. You should have like Operation Limp Dick. If your kids don't get paid, you're not getting laid, right?
Right.
We got the technology. We got this. So we got what, 50,000 cell phone apps or something. You can't come up with a deadbeat dad cell phone app. Like face recognition technology. That would be awesome.
Right.
So a single woman's going to the bar, some lady, dude's hitting on her. She goes, "Hey, can I buy you a drink?" "Well, hold on, I don't know if you can buy me a drink." "No, but you can try buying your kids some school clothes, you fucking deadbeat." Awesome, right? Deadbeat dad on Father's Day. That's like an Indian on Columbus Day. That's got to go. That holiday's got to be done. Columbus Day, right? It's almost
nobody even knows that.
right. We got rid of the Confederate flag,
Yeah.
and we still got Columbus Day. Really? I'm like, first of all, saying Columbus discovered America is like saying the Titanic discovered icebergs. If anyone should be celebrating Columbus Day, India should be doing it. They dodged a bullet on that one. Columbus went the wrong way. He went the wrong way. He discovered America by accident. It wasn't even a hit and run. It was a hit and stay. Serious, dude. Oh, man. I love holidays, man. I think Columbus Day, yeah, that's a big one for us. Thanksgiving, Custer's birthday. Those are the big 3 ones for Indian. Thanksgiving, I do celebrate Thanksgiving. I call it thanks for nothing. I do that too. I like that. Dad's the best audience of one ever, right?
Thanks for nothing.
I love Thanksgiving. I do the turkey. I watch the football. You know that 2 years ago on Thanksgiving, the Redskins actually beat the Cowboys. That has not happened a lot in the last 200 years. Seriously, the Redskins actually won the NFC East this year. The Redskins have been so bad for so long. The Indian on the side of the Redskin helmet should have a tear coming down his cheek. Oh yeah, it's fun though. But a lot of people have never met a native. It gets very awkward sometime, dude. I was out with my buddies. We were in Omaha, Nebraska. We're doing a show out there, and the housekeeping staff, they wanted to try to bond with us. Actually, so they weren't quite sure to make the approach, right? So my housekeeper, she came knocking at my door. 7:15 in the morning, I get this. I didn't think that was funny at all. And she didn't think it was funny when I showed up at her break room at 12:30 at lunch. I'm like, "Open up, immigration." Yeah, that's the new thing now. People want to put a stop to illegal immigration. You won't put an end to illegal immigration, put Native Americans in charge. You won't get fooled on that one again.
No.
Get that shit on lockdown. Right? You need a wall. You need a powwows all along the southern border. We'll spot them, right? Yeah. Trump wants to build a wall. That's his big plan.
Yeah.
He wants to build a 3,000-mile wall 40 feet high between the U.S. and Mexico. You build a 40-foot high wall between the U.S. and Mexico, Mexico becomes the largest producer of 41-foot extension ladders. Pole vaulting become their new national sport. They'll be like, "Yes, we can. Si se puede." It's a waste of money. If you build that wall high enough between the U.S. and Mexico, Mexico will launch their own space program. We have the Apollo space program. They'll have the Pollo Loco space program. Yeah, I'm gonna be in charge of immigration. That would be fun, right? Yeah, you can change shit up, right? Because people, I say, oh, you gotta wait your turn. You gotta wait in line. No, not if you're a switch hitting, 350 average. Golden Glove Dominican shortstop, you go right to the front of the line, right? Left field, come on in. Strawberry field, fuck you. All right, we gotta wrap this up. We gotta eat some pizza. Let me see if I can come up with something. Right. Oh, dude, so I'm a GPS guy. I'm not very technologically oriented, but I'm getting better. This is a funny one. I'm starting to use my GPS on my phone more. I'm in the car the other day. My dad's 88, right? He actually goes, and I quote, man, she has a nice voice. I bet you'd like to meet her. He thinks there's like a bunch of dames in a central operating room operating center giving directions. This is Mabe. What you're going to do, see? You're going to go 3.5 miles past that Dutch brother, see? You're going to make a left to the bank, see? And then you're going to go right 2 miles, and then you'll be at that place you want to be at there. Yeah, I like to do the voices sometimes. Do you have a GPS you can change the voices?
Yeah, you can. Yeah,
I love it, dude. I do like the British one. He goes, now entering the motorway is all like. Then the French guy's is a big dick. He's like, hey, oh, you want to go to Coos Bay? What the hell you want to go to Coos Bay? And then I put on the Nigerian guy, and he goes, you will go 2.8 miles to your bank. You will withdraw $7,500 cash and mail it to my uncle in Lagos, Nigeria. All right, that's it for me. You guys are awesome. Thank you.
Very nice, Mark.